main thing left and my side thing switched up. It's better that way. I was getting them mixed up. Main thing left, side thing switched up. It's better that way. I was getting them mixed up. Main thing left and my side thing switched up. It's better that way. I was getting them mixed up.
Welcome back to the Freelance Network Podcast, everybody. A podcast by content creators for content creators. So today, Cassie and I decided we were going to do kind of like another fun little side episode where we ask each other random favorites of ours. We both came up with different questions beforehand. We have them on our phones. That's why we have our phones out. Yes. And we're going to just ask each other random favorite questions.
Yeah, because these are like very popular videos on YouTube. It's usually like favorite products or stuff like that, or it's just a filler episode, casual. So,
yeah, caught us.
Yeah, but we don't have any products with us because we're at school, so we're just gonna do stuff off the top of our head.
Yeah.
So
want me to go first?
Yeah, go ahead.
All right, go ahead. All right, so the first question I came up with is, what's your favorite album?
Ooh, I would have to say, just because I know usually I know every song, like every word to every song on the album, Breakaway with Kelly Clarkson. I'm pretty sure it was my first CD that I ever had when I was little.
That's lit.
That or Montebello, if I'm saying that right, with Sam Hunt, because I know every word to that song. And I'm not a country person, but I love Sam Hunt, so.
Yeah.
2 solid albums.
Dope. Oh, do you want me to say mine now?
Yeah.
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 I was waiting for you to be like, what's your favorite album? No, my favorite is Wasting Light from the Foo Fighters. Okay. So I loved the Foo Fighters before that album came out. It came out in like 2011 or 12. It was my freshman year of high school and my brother's senior year. And we were going to play tennis on like our high school's courts like before the season started, because he wanted to show me how to play tennis and everything before I tried out for the team, which was no cuts, so I made it.
Congratulations.
Thanks. Well, I ended up being varsity, so it's cool. But no. So my brother and I would go there a lot, and he would bring a stereo. Yeah, we're old. And on the stereo, he played the Wasting Light CD every single day when we played tennis. And I was like, this slaps. Like, I didn't say slaps because we didn't know that word yet, because that's recent. Yes. But like, that CD, like, I can still listen to it. Like, it's a good album when you can start it from the first song to the last one, no shuffle, and not want to turn it off. Yeah. And that was like the first time I ever remember being like that with an album, so that's why I picked that one.
Okay, cool.
Also, shout out to Swimming, Mac Miller. It's like my more recent favorite album.
Decent album. All right, so favorite Marvel movie?
I hate this question.
I know we've talked about movies a lot recently.
Oh, no.
We just had, but like,
it's not because of that.
No, I know it's because of Marvel.
Yeah, because they made like 18 that I love.
Yeah, they're all good.
Yeah.
Well.
I mean, Iron Man 2, 3, and Thor 2 can leave.
And all of the Hulk movies.
Okay, don't insult, because that was before it was cool.
Okay, all right.
Like, that was the first one made.
All right.
And then the other one doesn't count.
They're not good.
Oh my god, that's so hard. That is so hard. I mean, I'm just going to be annoying and say Spider-Man Into the Spider-Verse, because it's not one of the Marvel movies. And that's the one I love the most.
Bro, I just asked, wwhat's your favorite Marvel
movie? Well, it is a Marvel movie.
Well, I know, but like...
All right, fine. If I'm picking one from like the Marvel Cinematic Universe... Yes. It's like they're all in my brain at once. Like, you know how you wait for something to jump out at you? There's like 4 right now. Mm-hmm. And I can't... And not Thor, I have 4. And I can't pick one. Oh my god. Black Panther.
Solid movie.
Yeah.
That was actually my first Marvel movie I ever saw.
Yeah, so. I was with you. We saw it in theaters.
Yeah.
Shout out. Yeah, no, it's really hard to pick. Like Captain Marvel, Black Panther, like Spider-Man Homecoming, like those are like the ones that I couldn't choose from, but what about you?
I really liked Ant-Man and the Wasp.
That's another good one.
Solid movie.
Another good one.
Solid movie. I mean, just like, I love Paul Rudd, but it's one of those movies that I can like actually just sit down and watch and just be like laser focused on it the entire time. Captain Marvel's awesome. I mean, maybe biased because Brie Larson, but
Brie Larson is my queen.
Yeah, apparently people think I look like Brie Larson, and I still don't see it, but I'll play into the joke. I loved Black Panther. I saw Endgame in theaters like 2 or 3 times. But yeah, no, Ant-Man and the Wasp is my solid choice.
And Civil War was so good. Like,
I've not seen that.
you
yet.
haven't seen that one? I
No.
saw that one in theaters 4 times.
I have not. Seen
2016 was a lit time because
Yeah.
there wasn't a lot of good movies coming out, at least when I was watching them. Now I know there's a lot more good ones, but I saw Civil War so many times in theaters. Like, I was bringing people to see it. I was like, let's go. Like, I knew all the show times every day. It was
Yeah.
bad.
I mean, yeah, I have to see that. I mean, I have Disney Plus until November, so
Yeah.
I'm definitely gonna take advantage of that before my
I mean, Civil
subscription
War,
ends.
like, the scene where they introduced Spider-Man, it's, like, so perfect because that's, like, his first time ever being in these Marvel movies.
Mhm.
So, like, that's, like, why I love that movie so much.
That's great. All right, next
Yeah.
question.
So what is your favorite book that you weren't forced to read by school?
Okay. I read this book, and I'm totally. Why am I blanking on the name of it right now? You answer this. I'm gonna Google it because I can see it
Yes.
in my head. But
Yes.
Yeah.
So mine was The Hobbit, which is funny because a lot of people were forced to read that by school, but I wasn't. Like, I think it was like freshman year they had to read it, and I wasn't in honors that year. But in middle school, I read The Hobbit, and actually one of my best friends that I have now, my friend Griffin, we became friends because we were both reading The Hobbit at the same time for fun.
That's interesting.
Just 2 little nerdy 7th graders. Like you know how, like, you would put your books under your desk every day?
Mhm.
So, like, Griffin was reaching for his copy of The Hobbit to read at the end of class, and, like, he sat behind me, and when he reached for it, he saw I had a copy of The Hobbit on top of my books too, and he was like, hey, what chapter are you on? And then, like, we just from there started talking about the book. But I've read that book like 4 times.
That's awesome.
Yeah, like, and the movies I was so excited for, and they just, like, spit on everything about the book, so it was terrible.
That's what I've heard.
Yeah.
I Googled it.
Google. Thank you, Google.
Thank you,
Sponsor us.
Google. It's like one of those, like, I knew the words but not in the correct order because it's been so long. But my favorite book that I ever read is called We Should Hang Out Sometime by Josh Sundquist. I just went to Barnes & Noble one day and I saw this book sitting there. It's like a bright orange cover, and I was like, this looks interesting. And it's about this guy. It's a completely nonfiction book, like biography. This guy is an amputee. He lost one of his legs, and he went back to everyone he ever dated and asked them if they broke up with him because of his leg, or if there was an actual reason, because I guess he never got closure from them, and they kind of just, like, you know, pushed it off. So he went back and, like, had actual conversations, and he's married now, but he wanted to just, like, know. He was like, is it because of my leg or whatever? It was the most interesting book I've ever read in my life. It was
Sounds
funny.
wild.
I know. It was like, I didn't expect it to be as good as it was. I read it all in one day, and I'm not a reader, so it was great. But yeah, it was like one of those, like, random finds at Barnes and Noble. It was pretty
Honestly,
awesome.
bookstores are amazing.
Yeah.
Like, I love going to a bookstore. You could spend, like, hours there just, like, looking around for fun, like, and picking out a couple books to read. Like, I miss doing that.
Yeah, I miss living. I used to live near Barnes and Noble, and I would go there to study and stuff like that, and I miss it. I like spending time in there, even though I don't really read. So
You
that's
know.
cool. But yeah. So next question
Is you.
is me. Favorite canceled TV series.
Oh, so at TV networks, y'all cancel the wrong ones. There's so many good options, but, like, it's just like a no-brainer that I have to pick this. So Star Wars: The Clone Wars, because when Disney bought Star Wars, they were like, everything that's happening, stop. Meanwhile, Star Wars: The Clone Wars was, like, the best Star Wars we were getting since episodes 4, 5, and 6. Like, the TV show was so good. They cancel it, and then the fans were so angry that Netflix was like, yo, Disney, let's do something. Like, this is when they would work together and not be enemies. Netflix released 15 episodes that were almost done, and they paid to have them finished. And Disney was like, yeah, fine, whatever. Then the fans were still angry because we were supposed to get 3 more seasons when they canceled it. And, like, when I tell you this was, like, it's still some of my favorite Star Wars stuff, like, to this day. So then Disney, like, we were supposed to get 3 more, and then Disney was like, we'll give you 13 more episodes on Disney Plus. And they're releasing them 1 a week right now. I'm still counting it because we're not getting those full 3 seasons. Like,
That's annoying.
like, you know how, like, there's so many questions you have about, like, like the Marvel movies, there's so many unanswered things that happen in between each one. That's what the Clone Wars was filling in the gaps in between the Star Wars movies, and it was showing us characters we wanted to learn more about, and like new characters and all this stuff. Like one of the main characters, Ahsoka, had not existed before the show, and now she's like a wide fan favorite amongst like the whole fan base. But like that show, when they canceled it, like Twitter got to work. I remember I would tweet like hashtag save the Clone Wars like at least a couple times a day, like and like be retweeting that stuff because people were pissed because it was so good. Like they only canceled it because it wasn't their team making it, but then they were like, let's hire this team to make a different show, and we were all like, y'all, you messing up. Granted, Star Wars Rebels slaps, so like I'm glad it happened, but they canceled the Clone Wars and I can't trust Disney because of it. That's my rant.
I understood none of that, but I'm going to take your word for it.
Yeah. If you watch Star Wars, you get what I'm saying.
That's okay. That's an interesting choice because I did not think you were going to go with that. Because
Yeah.
there's been a lot of TV shows that you've texted me about. They're like, oh my God, they're canceled. I don't know what to do.
But like
But
when they
that's
canceled Clone Wars, like I didn't speak to people for like a month. I was like, I can't trust anyone anymore.
interesting. All right. There's that.
Don't make me feel bad about this.
No, it's not that. I don't know how to react to it because I didn't even know that existed until this moment. So
Yeah.
that's cool.
Well, if you look at Disney Plus on Fridays, there's a Clone Wars episode coming out for the next 12 weeks or 11 weeks now.
Cool.
Should be 2 seasons though.
I mean, honestly, they're not going to listen to that though because these TV networks,
They don't care.
they don't care.
They
don't
don't.
care about our feelings.
No, they
which
just
is why this is a hard question.
Yeah. Well, what's yours?
I would say, well, there's a couple of them. I'd say One Tree Hill. Even though it's like one of the oldest, like early 2000s shows, it was on for a while, but it got canceled, and it was just one of those shows that like I emotionally like attached myself to, and
Well, those are the good ones.
yeah, and it's sad that it ended, but it had to end. It was like one of those shows that like had to. Also, like, if we're gonna talk about like children's TV shows, like whatever, we were just talking about this.
Star Wars: The Clone Wars is not for children.
No, I'm not talking about that. I'm talking about what we were
feel
discussing
attacked.
before. I'm not talking about Star Wars, Luke. I'm not. That's not what I'm talking about. Before the show, we were talking about like Zoe 101. And
Oh
stuff
yeah,
like that.
true. Because they cancel every kid's TV show.
Yeah, after 3 seasons, you really like Nickelodeon gives you, unless they're like the top of the charts, like they cancel it after 3 seasons. So like Zoe 101, iCarly, like all those good shows that were on.
Well, iCarly made it to like 7, but that's because it replaced Drake and Josh.
Yeah,
Yeah.
that was like one of the front runners.
Yeah.
But Zoe 101 was like my
I mean,
favorite
they
show of all
canceled
time.
Victorious, but then Victorious got 4 because they split the 3rd season in half.
Yeah,
So that's like a loophole.
but there's that. So stuff like that.
Yeah, I
Not
want to
to-
throw out an honorable mention. Well, 2, because these were both shows that we watched.
Yeah.
Young and Hungry,
Yes.
because we were supposed to get a movie ending and they never did it.
Yes.
They
that-
can't. Not only did they cancel the show, they canceled the closure movie that we were supposed to get to make us feel better.
They just left the entire show on a cliffhanger.
Like,
and that was like
such
the
a
worst.
cliffhanger. Like 5 great seasons of TV.
The worst.
Like that got me through my like 12-hour days at Stockton 2 years ago when I was just sitting there. Like you were like, just watch this show on Netflix. We're getting a movie eventually. I'm like, dope. And I finished the show and I Google when the movie's coming out and it was canceled, and I texted you and you were also very angry.
Yeah.
So a shout out to Young and Hungry. Then
That's
the
right.
other one is Santa Clarita Diet on Netflix. So Netflix does this thing where they make something really dope and then they're like, wait, this is taking away money from like the budgets of other shows that we like to just throw all of our money at. So let's cancel them. And I'm like, okay, cool. Even though Santa Clarita Diet was like a sitcom about a zombie mom. Like, are you kidding me? And it was so funny.
And
Like,
it was Drew Barrymore. How are you
Yeah.
about to cancel
And
a
then
Drew Barrymore
I don't
show?
remember the guy who played the husband's name, but he is so funny.
Yeah, the guy who played Joel. Great. That was
The whole
great
cast was
show.
great.
Yeah, it was.
Yeah.
Like they casted that very well, and it kept my like. I don't watch zombie things. I think they're stupid, but they executed the show. Like
Yeah.
it was great.
Yeah. Speaking of zombie things, just cancel The Walking Dead. Just stop. Nope, nobody watches it now.
Absolutely.
Yeah.
I'm just gonna.
Yeah, you know,
It's fine.
you know.
It's fine. It's
All
fine.
right.
Okay.
Well, my next question was favorite YouTube channel, and I threw in like you can pick your old school favorite, like you know, like when we were embarrassing middle school days,
Yeah.
and then like your current favorite.
Yeah. Oh God. Okay. I watch a lot of YouTube.
This is why I asked this,
Yeah,
because
I
it's going to be
know.
hard for you to pick
It's
one,
gonna be hard.
especially both eras too.
I now watch more YouTube than I do actual TV, which is sad for someone who's going into TV. Sorry, industry.
I mean, in a way, YouTube's becoming part of the industry, though.
Yeah.
Bunch of YouTube channels are getting TV shows now.
And that's how they get ruined. But
Actually, okay, so I'm stalling for you. Hot Ones got a TV show, and it's actually kind of lit.
that's great. But the thing is, like, their YouTube is gonna go under. And
Well, no, the reason why Hot Ones is good is because it's not like their YouTube channel. So the Hot Ones YouTube, they interview celebrities with hot wing sauce. The TV show is a game show where two random teams of people, like not famous people, eat ridiculously hot wings, then are forced to answer trivia questions. And like it's funny because they're like sweating and like dying after eating these wings trying to answer trivia questions. So it's like the spirit's there, but it's like different enough that like it's not the same thing. Like I feel like that's like why it'll be fine, because Hot Ones on YouTube is great because they get like big name celebrities on those interviews. But yeah, so what's your favorite?
Well, in the past, like growing up, I've talked about this before, but Jenna Marbles, she still makes great content. Like I'm still subscribed. Her videos are great. Like, and she actually just recently had a video where I think one of her fish, she had a fish and it died, and she made an 45-minute to hour-long video apologizing to the public for mistreating her fish. And like no one has to do that, but she did, and it got millions of views. Like this girl is amazing.
She also just knows how YouTube works. Like,
Yeah.
like to be an OG and still be around now.
Yeah.
Like it's like the Shane Dawsons. Like they know how to do it. You know.
Well, she also has a bachelor's in psychology, so I feel like she knows a little more than most.
She's educated.
She is an educated woman. So yeah, Jenna Marbles. Now, I know this is like such a basic answer, but I genuinely really love David Dobrik's channel. I like, because his videos are only 4 minutes and 20 seconds, I can consume every episode without getting bored. There was like a little period where it was just like he was just doing videos of him giving away things, and it kind of got boring after a while because like how many cars can you give away? But then he
still want a Tesla.
But then he started picking up and like adding different things to the video, so it wasn't just that, and it made it interesting again. So they're solid videos. So.
I love David Dobrik too.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah. For me, old school, I just watched the people who made really dumb videos. Like Smosh was one of my favorites. Like Nigahiga, he was one of my favorite. Oh my god, his videos were so funny. So yeah, just like the dumb videos of YouTube. And then current, shout out Yes Theory. They post episodes every Sunday. It's just like 20 minutes of wholesomeness every week that I need. It's great. And yeah, I love them. So
it's great. All right, next question. Favorite state you visited?
California. Okay, next question.
No.
Yeah, I loved California. That was so fun. Although, I mean, it's like I went to California once and I did love it, but I got to shout out Philly because I love going to Philly so much. Like just the city, not just sports. Like I just love walking around the city so much, and like there's a lot of cool things there. But if I had to pick a favorite, I'd pick Los Angeles, like
That's
California.
Cool. Yeah, Los Angeles is cool. I'd have to say Myrtle Beach, South Carolina. I used to go to visit my friend who went to Coastal Carolina for like spring breaks and stuff, and not only were they the cheapest vacations I've ever had in my life, they were so much fun because like a lot of stuff that's illegal here is not illegal there. So
shout out to Myrtle Beach.
Yes. So I know my family members that are watching this is gonna cringe really hard like listening to this, and it's like sorry, but in South Carolina it's completely legal to ride around in somebody's truck bed. So one of my friends had a love seat couch in the bed of his truck, and we used to just sit on the couch and he would drive us places.
That is so fun.
So like I just vividly remember like we would go to bonfires like at night, like in the middle of the woods, and we would just sit on this couch in the truck.
That's dope.
It was so fun, and like everything's cheap down there because like the price of living's exponentially cheaper. I think I spent maybe $80 for an entire week on food. and that's like a day in California.
Yeah.
Sorry, California. But Myrtle Beach is such a cheap and fun vacation. I mean, I'm sure it would be different if I went now because my friend's not in college anymore, but still fun.
Still fun.
Still fun.
Yeah. Never been, but it sounds fun.
Yeah, absolutely. Plane tickets are so
Listen,
super cheap.
you had me sold that I can ride in wow, I can't speak English. Beds of trucks
Yes.
because like sometimes I do that here in New Jersey and it's very fun.
It's very
no, I
legal
don't.
here.
No, I don't. So my next question is, what is your favorite guilty pleasure like movie or TV show? This is like my favorite question to ask people because they're always so embarrassed to answer it.
Yeah. Well, I don't really make it that known. Sometimes I do, but I'm like a huge reality TV junkie.
Really?
So besides Jersey Shore, like I'm very vocal about loving Jersey Shore. I love it. Like
You
they
are.
filmed in my hometown. Like I love them. That's not really my guilty pleasure. I'm just a fan of that. Kardashians. I have to listen. It's like I will never go out of my way to watch the show, but if it's on TV, I watch it and I just spend the entire day doing so because I have to catch up. Like there's no, they're just addicting. I don't.
Well, I mean, they are for a reason. They get people like you.
I know.
Or like,
And,
anybody, yeah.
I could care less about the entire like the family. Like I don't care about them. Like sorry. Like. Ooh.
They're fine. They have millions and millions of dollars.
Exactly.
They don't need no apologies.
But their show is just so dramatic, but like done well, that it's addicting.
I just like
I have
the TikToks of the Kardashians where people like voice over them.
Mm-hmm.
Like those are very funny.
There's iconic moments.
Yeah.
That were I don't mean to be that person.
I think it's
but
Kim.
that's-
She's like, "You're rude." Like I've seen so many TikToks where people use that sound and it's so funny.
Yeah.
Um,
It's just like they're so rich that they have no sense of actual reality
mhm.
that you have to watch and you're like, oh my god,
Yeah.
like they're ridiculous. It's great. But like the only reason I like watch that now is because when I was in the hospital once for like an extended weekend, and the only channels I got were the cooking channel and then E, which is the channel they're on. And I couldn't eat solid foods, so I'm not going to subject
That would
myself
just
to
piss
cooking.
you off.
So yeah, so I had to watch Kardashians all weekend, and I was like, not mad about it. It's great. But yeah, so what about you?
So but like I am such a sucker for like rom-coms or romantic movies. It's like not even funny. Like of like all things for like somebody that's wants to be a filmmaker, like I freaking love like romantic comedies and romantic movies.
Mm-hmm.
So pretty much anything that Netflix puts out that's based off of a book I've watched or like I'll try to watch. Like I just watched All the Bright Places. Oh my god, like tears. Like it was lit. Although a lot of people like the book better. I'm not gonna read it. I'll just watch the movie. But if I had to pick one, I'd probably say see, now I'm thinking of one. There's two in my head. 10 Things I Hate About You and The Kissing Booth are like those movies where it's like, oh, like I watched them way too many times.
Yeah, the Kissing
way
Booth
too many
2
times.
is coming out soon, I believe.
There's a sequel.
Yeah.
Do they do another Kissing Booth? Like,
I couldn't tell you. I don't even know what it's about. I just know that it
Yeah.
was renewed for a second
yeah.
movie.
Huh. I'm gonna watch that too.
Yeah.
But yeah, no, those kinds of movies, like I love them so much because they're just like they're so easy to watch. They're just like you just put them on. It's like half the time like you or your friends have went through similar things. Just this is like way more dramatic, so it's like funny to watch. That's why I love them so much.
It's great.
Yeah.
Yeah, solid answer. All right, cool. All right, so next question. Favorite Halloween costume you've ever worn?
I have to think. Cause like there was a stretch where I didn't dress up, so like that's like, I mean I was Justin Roberts last year.
That was his. That was like when the height of six figures. Six figures was like a meme on YouTube.
Yeah.
So he dressed.
I like printed out a Supreme logo and taped it to my shirt.
Yeah. Another person who's too rich for reality.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Yeah. I mean that wouldn't be my favorite though, but that's just what was last year. I was Hellboy one year and I painted my face red. It was really annoying because like my face was like red for a while.
That's usually that's why you don't put red paint on your face, it doesn't come off.
Yeah.
Red stains.
Yeah. I was a Ninja Turtle like 4 years in a row. Oh, God, I can't remember. Like, what else was I? What were you for Halloween?
Well,
besides the times you just put a sports jersey on.
That was like 50% of the Halloween since I've been born was me throwing on a sports jersey. But
Drew Brees.
when I was
Eric Decker.
That one was good. Come on.
Yeah.
But okay,
no,
so
you just wore an Eric Decker jersey
they're not
and put
my
on
favorite
face paint.
in any way, shape, or form. Like, no. My favorite, my mom used to like hand make my costumes when I was younger, and she made me the Tooth Fairy once, right? So it was around the time that I started losing my teeth, and you know how in like elementary school they would give you like those little teeth containers?
Yes.
So.
Oh, wow. This is next level.
My mom like took one, and it was like one of the plastic containers that was shaped like a tooth, and drilled a hole in it and put it on a necklace. And she like took a tutu and like a crown and everything and like made me the Tooth Fairy. And like I was like,
you probably felt rich.
6 or 7, and I was confident as hell.
Well, because the Tooth Fairy is like handing out money. Like, you probably felt like you had power.
Yeah, I felt very powerful today. It was like the equivalent of an adult wearing a power suit.
Yeah.
You know?
Yeah.
But
I just thought of one for me.
What?
So shout out to my Aunt Karen, because this is like her favorite costume I've ever worn. There's like a home video of it somewhere. I'll show you it eventually. I was probably like 4 years old, maybe 3, and I was a dinosaur, and I couldn't walk in the costume right, so I was waddling, and it looked hilarious. And I feel like I've seen that home movie a couple times, and I could not walk in it, but it was pretty funny. It was like a purple dinosaur. It wasn't Barney, but like I was a purple dinosaur, so everybody thought I was Barney.
Like rip off Barney.
Yeah. So knock off Barney. That was my favorite Halloween costume I've done.
That's lit. I have a couple of friends that have like had homemade costumes that are super embarrassing that like I wish
homemade
they were
costumes
here.
are hilarious.
I know. I'm totally gonna call out my friend Mike right now, and I hope he's listening to this. But his mom made him Squidward one year.
Oh my God.
And I always find that picture around the time of his birthday. His birthday's next month, so I'm going to dig up that picture and embarrass him.
I need to see that picture when we're done recording.
It's fantastic. Sorry, Mike. It was the best. So yeah, that was
Halloween's lit.
Yeah. So next question.
Yeah.
Is you?
I didn't write it down. What did I? Oh. It's like, what was it? We said
The
it.
sports one?
Oh yeah.
Oh. Do you have yeah. Okay.
I forgot to write it down.
Okay.
This is so professional. I'm so good at this, guys.
We're super professional.
Super professional.
It was what's a sport that you wish you were a pro in?
Oh yeah. So on baseball. They get guaranteed money. They don't destroy their bodies. And like they're almost always in a warm climate for their sport, because spring training is from February to end of March, and then they go to their respective home city and then play baseball every day. And I mean, honestly, like I would love to be a baseball player. I would be a pitcher, just because like they're the best. Like I love like most of my favorite players are pitchers, and like Roy Halladay was like my hero growing up, and he's like a legend. But like if you're like a good starting pitcher, like you play once every 5 games, and if you're good, they don't want to see you. Like, and like that intimidation level I always thought was super cool.
Yeah, that's cool. That's a solid answer. I would have to say, I know this is gonna be like a really boring answer, but golf.
It's not boring.
Listen, to a lot of people.
I already know where you're going for. So
I used to golf with my uncle when I was growing up. Like he used to take me to the driving range like every weekend, and I loved it. And I went to Top Golf for my friend's birthday this past summer, and like I got back into it, and it's just really fun to be at a driving range and just like golf. I'm not a fan of mini golf. I try to be. I went mini golfing last weekend, and like it was fun because I was like hanging out with my friend, but it's not the same thing at all. But like I
only feel slightly insulted.
I know you worked at a mini golf place. It's completely different from like actual golf.
I didn't say they were the same, but
I know. But
real golf seemed like it would be super fun to be pro in, because like it's like baseball, like wherever you are it's warm first off.
Yeah.
Like all the tournaments, like Florida, but then they go to like fancy places like all over the world too for tournaments. But I wish the one thing I do wish that I did was play it in high school, because there was like
a stigma behind playing golf as a woman at my school, and I was too scared that people would judge me. And at that time, I didn't realize it. Like, they had a lot of scholarships for female golf players, and I never took advantage of it, and I wish I did.
High schoolers suck.
Yeah. High schoolers suck.
If you're listening, do whatever sport or club or activity you want to.
Yeah.
Have fun.
Yeah, and take advantage of any scholarship, first of all, that's
yeah.
given to you. So,
Yeah.
yeah, but I'm just saying that because, like, I was good at it. Like, genuinely good, and I gave it
Well,
up.
the thing that's good, though, is golf. Like, it's the sport you can play, like, your whole life, so you can pick it back up whenever you want.
Yeah, so we'll see. Maybe if I move somewhere warm, I'll get a pair of golf clubs and go to a
Send it.
range. Yeah.
Yeah.
All right, and my last question. Favorite place to meet up with friends, like in your hometown? Because this is a very specific question for my hometown, but you can.
Oh, God. All right, so my hometown, we just exist, so there's a way to get to Long Beach Island. So all the answers are on Long Beach Island, but I'll try to think of not Long Beach Island ones.
Mm-hmm.
For me and my friends growing up, we kept our local Applebee's in business by going to Half Apps every night from like 2014 till like I went like in 2020, like early, and I felt so disgusting after it. I'm like, I can't do this again. And like my favorite waiter left, so it's like I have no allegiances anymore. So we would do that. We're in New Jersey, so diners.
Yeah.
Like there's a 24-hour diner by me that slaps. You know, it's there for you.
That's always, yeah.
I mean, we would drive around. It's like, this is what it's like being from New Jersey, especially like a seasonal town. Like, you know, like there's not much to do half of the year, and then the other half of the year there's a bunch of people there doing it, and you don't feel like doing it.
Yeah.
Like, I mean, my friends and I would like play sports. Like there's like a sports complex, we'd go there, but we're as the listeners or viewers can tell, very boring. So where would you and your friends go?
So I'm from my hometown. I'm from Point Pleasant. I don't live there anymore, so I don't care about safety. Like, go to Point Pleasant, whatever. It's one of the towns that they filmed at Jersey Shore, so that's one of the reasons I love that show. But I moved to Point Pleasant really like at the end of middle school, and I went to high school all throughout, and then like my second year of college I moved back to like Brick. So like Brick, Point Pleasant is like this, it's pretty much the same area, and we all hang out at the same place. We hang out at the Manasquan Inlet, and we just call it the Inlet, and we go to the Point Pleasant side because it's literally like the like inlet where the boats come in from, you know, the ocean. And you would either sit on the Squan side, Point side, whatever, but it was always like, let's go to the inlet, meet you at the inlet. Like, we would literally just either hang out in our cars, or we would go outside and sit on the ledge. It's just the absolute meeting point for everyone in Brick and Point Pleasant. And then we would, like you said, diners. We would always go to the Rainbow Diner in Brick. It was like, we're going to Inlet, then Rainbow, like every day, pretty much after school. It was awesome. But like, it's like, I miss those things, but you know, you gotta grow up and move out of those towns.
Yeah.
But like you said, like beach towns, like growing up beach towns, like everyone just assumes like, well, you have a boardwalk, like why don't you just go to the boardwalk? Like, you have this, you can't.
Yeah,
it's all tourists.
It's all closed.
And it's all closed, and
Yeah.
like, who wants to go there every day of their life?
Exactly.
So
It's fun for you because you come to it for 1 week a year.
yeah, and it's expensive.
Yeah.
Like, they don't give breaks to locals. It's annoying. So
Yeah.
whatever. All right.
Cool.
But yeah, that was pretty much the extent of the questions.
Yeah, so I hope you guys enjoyed that. I mean, we had a lot of fun. We'll do a lot more like random fun episodes like this here and there, because why not? And sometimes it's nice just to get to know the hosts a little more. But thank you for listening or watching if you've made it this far, and we will see you guys soon. Hey, that was a podcast. That's a pod.
Don't let people put you down before you judge them the hardest. Forced to find love on this digital, when I've been about the traditional. Patience at a minimum, yeah. But you gotta let it happen like a ritual. My